Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a Am I the A-hole Reddit video where I'm going to give my opinion because everyone asked for it. So these aren't going to be very intense because they don't need to be that intense because this is just the beginning. Am I the a-hole for telling my kids that being fat is a bad thing?
Well,
I feel like I'm in, what is this word? Bizarro world. I feel like I'm in a bizarro world. I was standing in line at a coffee shop with my two kids. They are whining about getting donuts and such. The conversation eventually got around to why eating things like donuts all the time is bad. It will make you fat. The ladies behind me in the line started freaking out, saying I was teaching my kids to be discriminatory.
That's a word.
Oh, I've never heard that word. I explained that I did not say to treat fat people poorly, but that being fat is quite literally bad for your health. If I say you shouldn't smoke, if I said you shouldn't smoke, is that discrimination against smokers? They are going on about fatphobic ? They started going on about fatphobic and how you can be obese and healthy at the same time. And then this girl said, LOL, what? I turned back around and ignored them. From what it sounds like, she's not really I think she's being honest, but I don't know if she's sugarcoating how she said it to make it sound like she's not mean. But like her saying, like, whenever someone said you can be bigger and still be healthy at the same time, and her saying her reaction in this, how it says, is LOL, what? That she's wrong about that. Like, you can be big and healthy at the same time. Like, do your research before you say stupid things. I think she's just an idiot. We have come to the conclusion that number one is idiot. Okay, so I found one. I haven't read it really yet, but the title is so funny. Am I the a-hole for letting my kids loot my brother's house to prove my point? Right off the back, I would say, yeah.
You teach your children.
You're gonna like raise mafia kids. Okay, my brother and his family came to visit last month. My kids and I play with Legos and we have fun leaving little dioramas around. Dioramas? Oh. Dioramas around my house. Yeah. Just silly stuff like a fight between Iron Man and Darth Vader on the Loot Llama. It was just our way of leaving Easter eggs around the house. My nephew really liked them and decided to take a few home. We noticed they were missing and asked my brother to bring them back. He said it was just kids being kids and that he would bring them back the next time we saw each other. I saw him for coffee and reminded him beforehand that I wanted all our stuff back. He forgot to bring the toys. Okay, game on. Okay. We went over to his place for a barbecue. I told my kids that unless all our stuff was returned to us when we got there, literally anything in the house was fair game. Like the godless barbarians they are, they went to town. When we left, I don't think there was any remotes, small electronics, or beer mugs left in the house. I actually had to sneak the dog bag into the house before we left. They took their dog? Wait, what? I don't think there are any small electronics or beer mugs left in the house. I actually had to sneak the dog bag into the house before we left. She let her kid steal the dog. I started getting calls on the way home. I ignored them. When I got home, I returned his calls. He said a bunch of stuff was missing from his house. I said I would check with the kids. He said that I was effing well new and that he wanted his stuff back. I said I would box it up and return it next time we saw each other as long as they got their Legos back. He was at my house with my Legos later that evening. He had even accidentally included stuff that wasn't ours. I returned it and his stuff. I told him that this is how we would be dealing with his kids in the future. He is pissed off that he had to make a special trip to return my stuff. My parents think that there is a huge difference between an 8-year-old taking Lego minifigures and a couple of teenagers pillaging their uncle's house. Am I the a-hole? I just think this is hilarious. Like, I think that she overreacted, but like, still, the brother should have brought the stuff back. But, like, we didn't need to loot the house. Well, I've come to the conclusion that this person is psycho and probably mental, and I don't want to be on her bad side. We're gonna find another one. Okay, so this one, I think this might be our last one because this one's long. But am I the a-hole for kicking my parents out and saying this is why I was so effed up as a kid? I had my parents over for dinner this weekend. They're in their 60s, and after my daughter, who's 10, asked if she could play us a song she had been practicing on her keyboard, she got lessons. It wasn't perfect. If you missed 2 notes, a couple pauses, but she did really well. She looked up at the end, massive smile, and I started clapping, and my parents started laughing. Not just a little chuckle, a massive belly laugh. Mom asked if it was her first time playing it, and my dad said it had to have been. The doll could have played that better. These parents are mean! It was like my daughter was shrinking on the spot. She looked down and said, "No, I've had 2 lessons, but doing it with 2 hands is hard." And they just started laughing even harder. I just stood up and told them, took their cups and said, "Leave." Now my mom tried to say they hadn't finished their drinks. They wanted to hear another song, etc. and said, "Get your stuff and get the," she said, "Get your stuff and get the out of my house right now. This mama don't tolerate this." Dad started doing this huffing thing he does when someone dares to speak up to him, and my mom said that there was no need to be like this, that I can't protect her all the time. She's preparing her daughter for the real world. This daughter is 10 years old. She got a lot of time to the real world. This is not okay. Okay. They got their stuff and left. I sat down with my daughter and explained how proud I was and how she was doing really well. To ignore them, they were just being cruel because they don't know any other way to be, and asked if she could please play it again, which she did. On the Sunday, I messaged and said that until they can behave like decent human beings, that we're taking a break away from them. Now my lovely brown nosy golden child of a sister is getting involved. She phoned me today with my parents' version of events, telling me I was a nasty piece of work. This is voice over me, and I think that these parents are a piece of work, a nasty piece of work, and they need to get themselves worked out because this is not right. And she should not be talking to her grandkids like that, and should never speak to my parents that way. That I'm wrapping my child in cotton wool and blah, blah, blah. I just told her to go herself and hung up. These seem like very aggressive people. I don't think I'd even accept an apology from them at this point. This behavior isn't new. It's decades old, but this is the first time it's affected my daughter. Did I go too far? React too much? Should I have tried to be calmer, talk it out? I don't know. Am I the a-hole? Edit. So she edited this. A lot of people think I'm a mom. Well, you have a daughter.
I thought it was a guy. Is it the dad? What does that mean?
Oh! Nope, single dad.
I don't know. Why did I know it was a dad?
You thought it was a dad?
Uh-huh. The whole time.
I thought it was a mom. Okay. Also, thank you for all of your comments. Edit 2. I really appreciate all the comments, even the ones calling me Mama Bear. I never doubted I was in the right for standing up for my daughter, just how I went about it. I'm gonna sit and talk with my daughter about it all, either tomorrow after school or on the weekend. My parents and sister can just disappear for all I care. Okay. To all the comments that say they wish they had someone like me when they were younger, I get it, man. I really do. I hope you got someone now, and now he's just saying, oh, not alone, crap parents, thank you for sharing comments. And okay, a lot of people really like this story. I don't think this person, or they're not an a-hole, are they? Would you have said that to your parents if they said that to...
I would never have done that.
No, but like, if you had different parents and they did that.
Possibly.
I feel like I would.
But I wouldn't do that either.
Like, I wouldn't have gone about it how they did, but like, obviously there's some built up anger. But also, I never got the part whenever she told them that's why she was so effed up as a kid. I really wanted to hear what they had to say to that in the story. I feel like I was gaslighted. But, great story. I really liked this video. I liked doing it. I liked hearing drama. It's like I have, it's like they're spilling the tea at me and I get to, say stuff. I like this. Okay, well, thank you for letting me yap at you for the past, I guess, 20 minutes. It's probably not going to end up being a 20-minute video. I'm cutting it down. Hopefully under 15 minutes because nobody wants to listen to me yap for that long. At least not yet. Hopefully y'all listen to me yap someday. But thank you for watching my video. Mom, aren't you happy that they watched the video to this point? Bye!